Are you burnt out? How can we stop the burnout? And why am I acting like Gordon Ramsay? Burnout prevention is really what I want to talk about because I think what really limits us and keeps us from going where we want in life and achieving our goals is that we go for it and then we get burnt out. You know, what made me think about this is that a couple days ago, I decided I need to start exercising. I need to get in shape, man. I need to start looking my best because my fat pants have just become my pants now. So I lifted some weights, man. And now, 2 days later, I am aching really badly. And it's like I'm walking up the stairs and going, and I'm like, I can't lift weights again, feeling like this. It makes me not want to do it because it hurts. It hurt. So it made me think back to a Joe Rogan podcast that I saw, or at least a segment of one. And I'm going to link it so you can check it out because it's interesting. So basically with his guest is saying you should never be sore when you're working out. And the reason is if you give 60% in the gym every day with your weight training, you are going to be able to do more over time than the guy who goes in and kills himself and gives 110% in the gym one day and then gets so sore he can't go back for the next day or two. And I think you can apply this to any goal in life, anything you're trying to achieve. Avoiding burnout is I think one of the biggest things you can do to set yourself up for actually getting what you want. Now look, there are burnouts outside of our control. Maybe you're working a job where they're working you too hard. They don't care about your work-life balance, or maybe you've got like a bunch of kids at home that are running you crazy. This video might help you with that, but this isn't really what that's about. This is about the burnouts that we bring upon ourselves because of something that we're trying to accomplish. You set yourself a goal, whether it is, I want to be strong, or it's like I want to write a book, or I want to start a business. You have this great idea and you get excited about it and you just want to go 100% right out of the gate and just get it done as fast as you can because you're thinking about the goal, the end point. And of course, anyone who has tried something new and gotten excited about it, there's that inevitable point where all of a sudden you're like, I can't keep doing this. And how many times in your life, if you're anything like me, you've started something that you were really excited about and you just burnt yourself out really fast? Sometimes it can be like you feel guilty. You feel like you're a lazy piece of crap if you don't go 100% all the time. And like if you take a day where it's a little more easy, you're like, no, I'm letting things slip out of my hands. I've got to keep pushing myself. I've got to be better than everyone else. I've got to do everything in my power every minute of the day to get ever closer to what I want in life. But then you end up stopping. You end up making yourself fail because the pain outweighs the rewards. And it doesn't just outweigh it because, there are times in life where you've got to have more pain than your immediate rewards. But it's like the pain overshadows the rewards to the point where you don't even care about the thing you were trying to accomplish anymore because all you see is the pain involved in getting there. All you see is the sore muscles. All you see is the late nights that you're going to have to pull to work on your business plan. These are the things that talk you out of continuing at not even just at the pace you were going at, but just talk you out of it completely. I think the big thing to realize is that going 100% at something and giving it your all is totally relative, and it's all in your mind. I mean, depending on the task we're talking about, your 50% could in someone else's eyes seem like 100% because just relatively, depending on your strengths and weaknesses, on your strengths and whacknesses, people are going to be like, whoa, dude, you're really busting your butt to do this. And you're like, I'm barely even trying. Like when you are excellent at something, or when you really love something, or when it's really playing to your strengths, 100% doesn't often feel like 100%. And maybe you're sort of aware of it, and maybe you're aware of the pain it's causing you, but you don't care because it's just so in your wheelhouse that it's not a stretch for you to keep going at that pace. But for a lot of the things we want to accomplish in life, we're not already naturally talented at it, you know? It's like if you want to learn guitar, you hear stories about, oh man, Jimi Hendrix, when he was learning, he just played guitar 8 hours a day. And me, I can barely practice for 30 minutes. Well, maybe you're not a natural talent like Jimmy was, but you know what? You can still get good at it and still learn it. You just need to assess, what am I naturally good at here, and how much do I need to push myself before it's too much for me right now? Why don't we stop real quick for a commercial break?
On today's Kitchen Nightmares, I'm going to a restaurant so bad, it's run by a stupid little boy.
M2 Type Timmy, check me out. I've got my own restaurant. It's really cool. And I've got several health code violations. Look at me go.
Thanks for sitting through that. The other thing is, working hard towards something doesn't always mean 100% effort 100% of the time. Just because I am working hard at having my beach bod doesn't mean that I'm necessarily spending 4 hours a day in the gym deadlifting 500-pound barbells. The key word here, if there's anything you take away from this video, it is sustainability. Can you sustain the level of work that you're putting on yourself? And too many times when we get excited about a goal, we take on a workload that's unsustainable. You know, I remember earlier this year when Casey Neistat came out with his 368 daily vlog, he went through, like on the second or third video, he went through and was like, here's our process for doing this. And it was like they would shoot the video all day, and then his partner would get the video and then edit it and then send it to Casey, and he would work on the edit some more. And Casey's like, we're up till 4 or 5 every morning. This is not sustainable. So he had to like retool what he was doing. He had this goal in mind. He wanted to do this daily vlog according to the goals he set for himself, but he realized he can't keep doing it in this way. I mean, you can think of it as like this baseline. Most of the time when you're working towards your goals, maybe you're just at 50 or 60% effort with spikes of 100%. When it's worth it, when it's needed, you can't expect to be all the way at the top 100% all the time, every time that you're working at it. Sometimes you need to go for a prolonged period of time at 100%, but you kind of need to know in the back of your mind at what point you're going to go back to a baseline. And it's different for everybody. This is the key, is you have to know yourself well enough. Don't hold yourself to someone else's standard of what 100% effort looks like. Push yourself to achieve your goals, but don't beat yourself up if you can't sustain beast mode at every waking moment of the day. Push yourself just a little bit beyond what is comfortable, and then push yourself a little bit more. Don't try to go 100% right off the bat if it's something new that you're going into. When I was writing my novel, I had to set myself kind of a small word limit every day that I would write. You know, it felt like, oh man, I want to write 2,000 words a day, but I couldn't keep that up. There's no way. I could do it for maybe a few days, and there are writers out there like freaking Stephen King. He writes a ton every day. I can't write that much. I had to limit myself to 600 words a day, which is nothing. Some writers might need to write even less than that. You just have to know what's in your gas tank. What can you handle? And don't be telling yourself, I need to be this other person, because you're going to burn yourself out and then hate yourself that you're not this other person. Now, don't let yourself off easy, okay? Don't be like, oh, I'm no good at it, so I won't even try. Start small. One thing that I heard about a few years ago that really made a difference, I'm going to get my calendar down so I can demonstrate. All right, so the point is, do something, just a little something. It doesn't matter what it is, towards your goal every day. And the point is to make a streak. So it's like, I don't know, I want to exercise every day. So you just, make a little star or something every day that you do it. And you don't want to have any spaces. Even if it means on this day, I only did 1 push-up. At least I did something. That's better than nothing. At least there's not a space that day. If you're writing a book, maybe you write one sentence. You're just like, you can't come up with anything. You write one sentence. You write one word. At least you did something instead of nothing. At least you were at 1% instead of 0%. I guess ultimately what I'm saying is push yourself, but also be realistic about what you can do. And don't hate yourself because you can't sustain the level of activity that other people can. It's better to make some progress every day than none. While in our mind, we're just thinking, oh, I wish I had made much more progress. Yeah, well, maybe you will someday. Maybe you'll work up to it. But right now, you need to just understand what you can and can't do. Thanks so much for watching. Give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. And until next time, stay cool and attractive.